Hello everyone, this is Meng. I'm going to talk about how to run a simple RIA workflow on the FACEIT Galaxy system. So first of all, to run the simulation, you need to have your date on the system. To have the system hold your date, you need to understand the concept of the history in the Galaxy. So basically, for the beginners, you can consider the history as the folder in your desktop system. So first of all, let's start to create a history. So here, just I click the create a new history. By the way, there is some localization here, so that's good. But if you use the English system, then they will show the English character there. And then I give a name like the neural date here. And then I go to the left side to the toolbars, and I will use a tool to upload the dates. So since David is already shown several tools, so I'll skip them. I will just use my favorite, this button. So here it will upload the multiple files at the same time. So it's a very convenient tool. And since I'm going to run the current condition with 30-year seasonal strategy, so I'll pick up the survey date, the weather date, and also the fair date in this folder. And click open, and then I will go to the current folder to pick up the seasonal strategy and the linkage file. And then I click start. So the old file will go to the Galaxy system. So while the upload is processing, so we will go to the work. Maybe we will. Okay. So we will go to the workflow page, and we will create a workflow from the blank. Like here, I'll click the button to create a new workflow. And here we'll give a name like neural RIA, like that, and click create. And here is the editor. And then you go to the left bar to pick up the application you want to use in your workflow. Like currently we will run RIA, so I go to the RIA tool shade and just click the Core UI. I think some of you already have a chance to use the Core UI in your desktop, so they have the very similar idea here, but several different points. Like first of all, there is some selection is different in the as the GUI in desktop. So here you will need to choose what the format of your input file is. Like today we'll still use the spreadsheet in zip package, so we keep this option here. And second is the supplements. So here you can add as many as you want, but currently today we just use weather as the separate supplementary file. So I just add one supplement here. And then we'll run the signal, so I keep this option. And the last option is the cultivar source. So since I already include the cultivar files in my survey data package, so I keep the customized. But if you want to use the system default cultivar file, then you just choose module default, and then in this way you don't need to provide the cultivar file in your package. And also in the output side, another difference for the Core UI here is that we will only generate the harmonized format, which means the JSON, and also this JSON already applied the DOM. The reason we do that is we want to simplify to build the workflow, because like I input this at 4.5 here, we call the D.4.5 plus, because it's not only the DSAT itself, it also include the translation, which from the harmonized JSON into the module input file, and also include ACMO to translate the output DSAT output file into the ACMO. So you just need to pick up this application and connect with Core UI. Then a simulation workflow is done for DSAT. Similarly for Epson. So you don't need to you drag in the DSAT and then you drag in the ACMO and connect them for each simulation flow. So here, this workflow is already include the DSAT and Epson. Then we just add the RA application here. This is standard applause. which will make some simple visualization here. Maybe we just go to view, see the view yield. So I just give a name here. And also, since we have two outputs, so I add two new outputs here, and I connect the Atmo output from each module. By the way, in the module there's two more output, which is called the DSI input and DSI output. Similarly, in FSM side there is FSM input and FSM output. This is just for the reference. Like if you want to have a chance to look at what the input file is or output file is, then you can download it when it's generated in the history. And last, I will give some name here, so you can have an idea when the picture is generated. Okay, the workflow is done, so I save it, and I go to run it anyway. So here, this is the input page for running a workflow. So here you will select the date from your history, like it's marked with number. So first of all, this is the service associated, so I select the number 2, and then the supplement, which is the weather, should be the weather. So I select the number 3. Then fill overlay here, and the signal is already ready, and the linkage is ready. So okay, everything is ready. The last thing is here is a checkbox. Once you check it, if you send result to another history, if you want the result and history and the input data in the same history, then you can uncheck this. But for me, I prefer to have them separately, so I can have my input data more clear, the standalone result, everything be in a single history and hard to find the thing. So I go to here to refresh the history. So okay, this is already come out. So you can see everything is in the pipeline and for running. So by the way, I already shortened for the limited time. So I already shortened the data sets. Originally, the data set have 100 sites, but currently I just left a few sites there because to run a 30-year simulation, it will take a while for, at least for FSM, it will take a while. Anyway, so this set seems is already done, and in the history, like those green one is the finished one. So if you click the history, then it will explode and also show some basic information here. And here there's several buttons, and for this one, click, you can download your file into your local hard disk, and you can have a look at them. So this is the just generated file for the DSI input. And also similarly, you can also download output as well. And also, there's some information. This button is for information, so you can check the running log when the application is. If you think anything strange, you can go to there to check what's happened there. Anyway, and also since the workflow is finished, we can have a look at that. So this is the 30 years yield. So since like we only involve a few sites, so the variation is not very beautiful. By the way, I can also show you. This is I take for a while to run the result. So the blue bar is the signal strategy for the foreign condition. So this is the DSI and FSM, and the black bar is for the historical simulation. So also the DSI and FSM. So this is the idea of how to run a simulation on the facet galaxy system. Okay, that's my part. And we will pass to Wei to show more about the workflow and the visualization tools.